Ryan has always been my wingman, the life of the party. But I saw a change, and he got really down. Talked about his life being worthless.
If you know someone who's struggling, talk to them about temporarily storing their guns away from their home, taking care of friends and neighbors. It's what we do in Nebraska. Paid for by the University of Nebraska Public Policy Center, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
I tried to hide my cigarette smoking. Then I was rushed into emergency surgery to repair the damage smoking did to my heart. It shocked everyone because they thought I was healthy. Yet because I smoked, I had a severe heart condition that nearly killed me. My tip is, you may be able to hide your smoking from the world, but you can't hide from the damage smoking does to your body.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
LES wants your feedback. Help shape your electric utilities direction and priorities by taking an anonymous online survey. Make your voice heard before the survey closes on April 30th at les.com/survey.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown's Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular priced athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Brown's carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown's Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in to The Breeze, streaming only. We do got the Royals on the brick and mortar, but if you're listening to us, that means you found it already. Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, Channel 961. If you got Allo Cable, and Sartor Heyman text line still open to you guys, 402-464-1366. 888-5685. We got the host, as always, DP to my left. And we also got Haas Tabrizi joining us on the Allo VIP line. Really understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. Haas Tabrizi, how's it going on a Sunday?
Hey, happy Sunday. What's up, Lincoln?
Yeah, there's lots going on in Lincoln.
Yeah, I think a lot going on for Haas as well. Sounds like you're doing a lot of winning where you're at, Haas.
That's the name of the game, brother.
That's the only reason why we do it. Which I know is absolutely not true, so that's fine. That's fine.
So, Haas, why don't you go ahead and break it down for us, though? Why are you calling in on the Allo VIP line today?
So, just it's always fun to be around the youth, trying to make them better at basketball and life. And we just have another championship weekend going on that we have to go participate in.
Well, I mean, he's dictating this, not participating in. Participating is for other people, the standard being set and moving people through the bracket. When those other, you need to go over to the other bracket. You need to go over there for the you're participating. We are competing. There's a difference. We need
CP, have you ever had a ref ask for autographs or pictures?
Oh, Haas Tabrizi, you know better than that. You already know. You already know.
I know you have.
You already. It was always weird.
What's the city? North Carolina?
No, in DC. It was always
interesting. Before you even say it, we were hanging out the other week in DC, and random people would just come up to DC and be like, "Hi." What's the next sentence?
It is. You're at that phase, and it's that way in Lincoln, where you have to gauge. You have to be present, and so figuring out why people are staring at you, approaching you, is a little different. Right? There you go. Okay. Why, what do you know, or do you think you know, or are you just curious?
Yeah. Location plays a lot to which thoughts are coming towards the front.
Yeah. And who it is, right?
Yeah. 100%.
That it's a thing that and Haas is kind of the magnet that whenever Haas is around, women show up. Like the women who approach, and it's a different level of women that approaches in different places that we're at. So we have to be very aware of our surroundings and our environment.
Don't get me in trouble. I have nothing to do with any of that.
Hey, look, you think I want to take all credit for that? Look, I need to blame that on somebody else as quickly as possible.
All right. So, hey, April 15th is around the corner. And I wish we were actually in my little studio where I had my 42 jersey behind me. So let's talk about that instead, DT.
Yeah, it is. There are people who create better environments, and not everybody is built to be the first. Not everybody is built to be a visionary, pioneer. Not everybody's built for that. And unfortunately for us, we don't always identify these people in the moment that they are victorious. Sometimes we don't recognize until later exactly what it was that they were and why they were who they were. But Jack Roosevelt Robinson was born on April 15th, and Major League Baseball makes a point to honor the man who changed baseball forever. And I think that in that you're talking about Jack, people think that it's a baseball thing. But right, they think that it's a baseball thing. But Jack,
I was about to ask.
Right,
Yep.
Right. That Jack Robinson, as a man, as a human, was the best in us. Military service. Was a scholastic All-American at UCLA. 3-sport guy at UCLA. Could have been 4 had it been appropriate and allowed. And then found and determined early that he was unique, that he was special. Now, Jack was so great that he would tell you, I was not the greatest at anything. I was just the right person. Branch Rickey made a choice, and he had options. And that's the part that is often missed, is that he had options. But he was very specific in that he needed somebody who was such a stellar, stout, defined, and boundaried hero that in order for this to fail, it had to fail magnificently. But to tell you that the first African-American to play in Major League Baseball was the 5th best player in the entire world the moment he walked on the field, and that he may have been the 5th best person of color available to Major League Baseball. How do we know that? Because 2 years later, there were 3 starters in Major League Baseball of color. That we threw away talent for the dumbest of reasons. We set aside great humans for the silliest of reasons. And ultimately, it took one of the most exceptional human beings to ever walk the planet to break a barrier so that the game would grow and the game would actually be authentic and true and worthy of the phrase America's pastime. Not some Americans' pastime, all of America's pastime, because everybody loved the game. Everybody loved playing the game. And then ultimately the ability to include people who were simply the best baseball players in the country to play the game that we called our pastime. And then for him to excel. We're not talking about a base level player. There were thousands of players who played in the major leagues who hit below 250. Almost as many hit below 225. Jack Robinson averaged 313 his entire career. That's how great he had to be. He had to be complete. They didn't have Gold Gloves, but had they existed then, he would have won them. Right? He was an all-star for 7 of his years. And he changed the game, the way the game was played, the game being played with speed, base running, taking chances, stealing home plate, hitting with power and with line drive vision. But what he did off the field was lead. And he did it with dignity and class. As he said, and there are a few things just to give you some scope for who Jack Roosevelt Robinson was. And I say his full name because he deserves it, right? We know the 42, but we need to remember that he said a life is not important except in the impact that it has on others. And if you know anything about me and Hoss Tabrizi, you know that that resonates with us in full, as much as we joke and kid with each other and about winning and coaching and leading. But we also know that we were led by some incredible people, family included, right? But we also owe for our receipt and existence that we give to folks the way it was given to us. He also said there's not an American in this country free until every one of us is free. Never had a truer thing been said. And it took a magnificent heart to say it. It took courage. It took dignity to do it in a way. And he said, listen, I'm going to go through the stuff that I go through, but this ain't fun. But you watch me. I'll get it done. I'll say that because that thing can be said about every great American and every great athlete, every great coach, all of those things. This ain't fun. We have to exist and battle through things. We have to get through friction. And it doesn't really matter the fact that it's tough, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it for us to be good people, for us to be classy and dignified, for us to care about people around us, for us to care about the thing bigger than us, right? That for us, we will go through discomfort. Hoss Tabrizi will go through discomfort and friction for his family and the people in his charge. It is my to think about. Nobody else is doing what we do here at the Ticket. There's nobody. Being the first, while necessary, the real point that needs to be made is you do this first thing for other people. It can't be about me. It's bigger than me. It's about us. And Jack Robinson played, fought, and lived for us. That's why the 42 matters. Not because of the game, not because of the stats, but because of the human being that he was. He exemplified what anybody who plays the game that we love, anybody that plays a game that we love, and anybody that works in a community or works at a thing, work at the level of Jack Roosevelt Robinson, because then it will be good.
That was beautiful, DP. And I originally wanted to say, feel like you opened the door for someone like you to start your own radio station and things like that. And then I was like, that's not the right thing to think. He opened the door for all of us to realize that when something is wrong, we have to speak up and stand up and do what's right. And it doesn't matter what we look like. He did it for all of America. And we got to be able to stand up to entitlement and bullies and just always do the right thing. And regardless of how hard it is, doing the right thing when it's difficult, that's greatness is. And so Jackie Robinson taught me that. And it is not I'm not darker, so he's not my role model. No, it's for everyone. So thank you for sharing that.
He was for everyone. And, the line from the movie that they've questioned whether it was actually said, but it's still appropriate, that being yelled from the crowd, number 42, go home, all those things. And that the Pee Wee Reese character says, you know what, maybe one day we'll all wear 42 so they can't tell us apart.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. There's depth. There's so much depth in it. And it's so good that on a day, the league makes it. And listen, I'm not telling anybody how your policy should be. What we're saying as human beings, I'm never going to choose policy over humans. I'm never going to choose politics over humanity. I'm just not built that way. I'm not wired that way. But in that, I have to say, if your policy is that you're afraid of people because they're different, if you're denying people because they're different, if you think less of people because they're different, that is fear. That is not love. And Jack Robinson loved us. He loved the game, but he loved us even more. And that is why in coaching and sports, in life, in whatever you're doing, if love is what it moves you, right? At the core of who you are, you can't hate Jack Robinson. You can't. If you want to identify yourself as a good human being, tell me how you feel about Jack Robinson. That tells me everything I need to know about who you are. And I'm still going to love you, but I'm going to know you. It is a huge thing. Ask them who they
Amen to that.
Right?
Amen
Ask
to
them
that.
who. I'm not going to hate you, but I'm going to know you. And that tells me everything I need to know. And as you sit and listen to this, I'm just going to say it again. How you think about and how you feel about Jack Roosevelt Robinson, not just the baseball player, but as the man, the human. If you can tell me how you feel about him, that will tell me all about you. And that's what the day is for. It's a day to pause and go, hey, let's get on the same page. Can we all just wear the same number? Doesn't matter what the skin is like, right? Doesn't matter whether it's Anaheim Angels red, Dodger blue, Yankee pinstripes. That for a moment, we're all going to identify as 42 just to see what that feels like. And if you don't get it, well, welcome to the party. We're here for you. Go ahead and get a 42 and put it on. That be one of us. We're cool with that.
Gotta love it. Hey, I know you just talked about being on the same page. Hey, Harrison, what's up with Russell Westbrook causing his teammates to be on different pages and getting his coaches fired?
All right.
Wow, that was deep. Way to go straight to hate. Straight to hater.
Russell Westbrook's a good player. I'm not going to bash on him
He's
too
a
much.
Hall of Fame player.
Yeah.
Give him.
I love Russell Westbrook. I just had to get it in.
He had that missed
Right.
layup, and he's definitely not the reason Malone got fired. But yeah, no, I'm all right with it.
Yeah, and
Nuggets are still in the playoffs.
Right, but to get through, there's so much of in this microphone business when it comes to sports that the mirror to it is how you who you root for is a statement of you. Like that. I mean, that's why sports talk is really a thing. Is you get to talk
Which is
about.
why I absolutely despise LeBron James.
I knew you were going to sneak that in there.
Right, but
absolutely.
There's no. But here's the thing.
Swapping is for losers.
Well, but here's the thing that everything in sports is either taught or allowed, and if the game could fix that.
Oh yeah,
the game could fix that. Players could fix that. The players could say, "Hey, Bron, listen, don't care who you are. Let's not do that."
Mm-hmm.
That would be but there are too many times where we just in life allow nonsense around us just because.
Well, that's why I get so upset. Like with Adam Silver in particular, I'm like, this doesn't have to be a media thing. It's like you're the commissioner of a league. It's like you can pull people aside privately and just be like, hey, we got to clean this up a little bit.
Well, you made every player in the league wear Italian cut suits.
Mm-hmm.
You can get people off the floor. Like you can get people off the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You have rules about the socks that you wear, about the shoes that you wear. You have rules about what can be worn under the uniform, over the uniform. You have rules about how presentation, how you're going to walk in the building. Guess what? There are going to be cameras there. So how you walk in the building now matters. It is a statement of you and of us for the logo. For the logo. The NFL is real tight about, hey, listen, if the logo is involved, you must protect the shield. Major League Baseball, NHL is they figured out that, listen, we need to do a better job of letting people know who's under the mask, who's under the helmet. You have to do that. And as sports evolve, let's be clear, we had never had a LeBron James before. NBA's never had, of all the things that it's had, and of all the firsts, all the unicorns change the game. That Jack Robinson, literally what we were talking about with Jackie Robinson. We didn't have a 19-year-old who came on and who came in with juice dripping. We didn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had somebody that, and again, in the recent generations, it's since Karl Malone and Stockton and Jordan, well, not even Jordan, who came in and did their thing and did it for such longevity. Right? At the top level, being able to impact several cities, as much as people complain that he didn't do it in one city, it was good for the NBA for LeBron to do it in several cities because it let every city know in the NBA, we have a chance. If we get this right, if we do our business right, and we get the one pair, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, we understand that for the NBA, it takes one. Well, LeBron was the one for 3 franchises. 3.
I hear everything you say, but I can't wait until he's off the Lakers and the Lakers trade for Jokic.
Yeah,
that's all I care about.
Yeah, but you went straight. Listen, you're shopping at a Lexus store, like you're buying your car from Lexus Elite.
Shop for Jokic. He's going to be there. Giannis will be there if he isn't.
But why? But why?
Why not?
But
the Lakers.
You do understand. Again, this is the part about Haas that makes my hair gray. If you're talking, you're talking about the Niners, the Yankees, the Dodgers, and the Lakers.
Don't hate.
No, that's not hate. The reality
when
is
I talk to my friends, I'm like, man, Luka Doncic's a really good player. I'd love to have him. And then 2 years later, boom, he's on the Lakers.
How many organizations?
I want Jokic.
How many Harrison? This is for Harrison Arns. How many organizations have a legitimate shot for equal money, right? Because not everybody has the same amount of money and they don't have the same market. How many, if you don't draft Jokic, how many organizations can get Jokic?
1.
if you're
oh, stop.
If you're a major,
I think Jokic is loyal. I'm not buying that.
Where else is he gonna go?
Exactly. Like I don't.
Where else
like,
is he gonna go?
You're
and
telling
why?
me the guy that Jokic, who hates all the limelight media, wants to be a Laker?
Hoss
I
doesn't
mean, I
care.
could see him getting traded to Boston. I could see him getting traded to OKC.
I just
no. It's Boston or LA. There's no maybe New York,
Chicago.
Maybe no.
No,
No.
I'm just trying.
No,
I'm hoping out here.
We understand that in sports, and we have to talk about it in sports conversation because the cities matter. It's the same thing that we talk about in college recruiting. Not every college town in America is where the best players in the world want to be.
I just don't think Jokic wants to go to any city. I'll be honest. He doesn't seem like the guy who's going to want to shop around at all.
No.
Just-
I didn't think Luka wanted to leave Dallas either.
But
I
okay,
didn't
yeah,
think Dallas
but
would never trade him.
and that will never happen again. Something to
I
that
didn't think
severity.
Mike
that
Malone would ever get fired.
You missed the point. Jokic is a family guy.
Yes.
He's a family guy. Where would his family do best? Where would they get the most bang for their buck and the most value for their name? Los Angeles and New York. Boston, listen, you think that you feel everybody in the NBA feels comfortable going to Boston? No, they do not. They don't go. If you go there as a free agent, you don't go there for long. You don't go to Boston for long. You can tell me what it is. The value of going, and the Clippers, if they ever pulled their head out their butts, would figure out that Los Angeles has value. It is a Los Angeles thing. LA by proximity gives you power. It also creates money, more marketing opportunities, more branding opportunities, all of that. But the Lakers have forever been the place that at the top of the grocery list, at the top of the shopping list, that's who the Lakers have always been. And so the Laker conversation and LeBron conversation is different. It's different. If LeBron doesn't choose the Lakers, who knows what the Lakers will look like today? And it wouldn't be any better.
Maybe in the D'Angelo Russell era where they're trying to draft their next superstar and they're kind of
right. Like you go through. Listen, he did the Lakers a favor.
Mm-hmm.
So just be thankful that you know what you had him for as long as you have him. To say you can't wait for him to leave.
Thanks for the ring. Get out of here.
That's some real like what. And here's the other part. Laker fans are all about basketball. They don't talk about what LeBron has done in that community. They don't talk about what he's done off the floor. They don't talk about what he's done for the disenfranchised and the disconnected. They don't talk about the schools. They don't talk about the funding for businesses. They don't talk about the education programs that are in play. But hey, send him out of LA because, quite frankly, he flops. Really? Okay. In the grand scope of privilege, sports privilege, the Lakers are showing out that, you know what? We are privileged and we don't care.
Man, you sound like Draymond. And
I said what I said. I said, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me the part where I was wrong.
Shannon Sharp.
Tell me what I said that. Tell me what I said that was wrong. That was factually incorrect. That's what I thought. We can go to break. We can go to break and let that man gather himself.
Change my feelings.
Let him go. I'm not trying to change your feelings, hater.
He's supposed to be a megastar.
Hater. H-A-T-A. Hater.
All right, I want to talk about that next. Don't go anywhere. This is the Breeze House, the Breezy DP Harrison Arts. Talk to you in a bit.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
LES wants your feedback. Help shape your electric utilities direction and priorities by taking an anonymous online survey. Make your voice heard before the survey closes on April 30th at les.com/survey.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown's Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular priced athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Brown's carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown's Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln. Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into The Breeze. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got Haas to Breezy on the Yellow VIP line. Really understand the importance of exceptional service with a local heart. We talked Jackie Robinson. We talked NBA as well in the Lakers. And then, of course, Haas to Breezy brings in the idea that Jokic may be a future Laker one day on the side of Luka Doncic. But Haas to Breezy, this is your show with DP. I'll let you decide where we go with it. Segment number 2.
I don't know how you guys transitioned from talking about Malone to LeBron, but we did. It's crazy how the NBA just fires NBA champion coaches and coaches of the year every other year. It's just crazy. Like,
yeah, it's problematic, but it's the thing that if we don't know, and we can't possibly know the things that go on in the locker room, on the team charters, in the team hotel, the business decisions that are being made.
It's like the Ime Udoka from the Celtics to the Rockets.
Right, like
now.
it's in the transfer portal that now the NBA is fully functional in a transfer portal mentality of doing the best for business. And Haas, the WWE connection to it, doing what's best for business, right? It was said that we will simplify our decisions by doing what does the best bang for our buck. But we also, best for business for a lot of owners, for a lot of decision makers, is what's best for them. If you are of low self-esteem, you don't want a coach that has more power with the players that you pay millions of dollars to, right? There are owners that want to be best friends with the players that they pay these millions. That's why they pay them. Cuban got out of it. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be that guy. There are owners that want control. They want ownership of the team, and Haas knows this. There's a line that goes directly between owners. You either want ownership to get it right, or you want ownership to have ownership of it. You want to be in control. You want the power.
Mm-hmm.
You want the power.
Power and the money.
Or do you want to win? Do you want to do what's best for everybody, including players, fans, employees?
What do you think that percentage is, DP? I'm curious because you've been around it enough. Like in the NBA, or I don't know if you would know
it's
too well for
different
that.
to the game, and I think Haas would agree to this because if you've been around like high school athletic directors and college athletic directors, there again the line is right down the middle between you are either on the spectrum, you are either on the side that I simply want the best experience, winning and success and preparedness and work, or you want the ability to say that this is mine and I'm going to do with it what I want to do with it. And I think the NFL, because of the union directs a lot of that ownership, control, and boundary.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA, not so much. That the owners for the NBA have a different vibe, man.
It feels like the NBA, there's a lot more like it.
Well, you have a
year,
closer relationship to players. There are fewer players.
Yeah.
So if there are 12 players that you care about, you don't want two of those players, especially two of your best players, to not be on your team, to be on your personal squad as the owner. And you also don't want the last two people on the team to be not on your team. You need, for the two worst players, who are the policy guys and the foundation guys, right? You want them to be on the owner's side, right? Picked by the owner, handpicked, but the coach wants them to be his guys because he has to spend more time with them,
mm-hmm.
right? And Haas can get me through that. If it's Haas's team, he wants his two best players and his two worst players to be Haas guys, whatever that means.
This is so like James Harden with what's Haas, I mean, owner for the Rockets, and then he went with Harden as well over the 76ers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the GM?
Yeah, the GM. Morey, thank you. That was kind of like Morey, where clearly Harden was his guy. It was just they were going everywhere together.
Yep.
And then the coach, I wasn't sure how much the coach was a big fan of Harden's. I think it was Rivers at the time, but
that's
Morey's the GM.
Haas is a locker room guy, right? He's an X and O guy, but he's also a locker room guy, and that the culture for Haas matters. And he knows that his two best players and his two worst players drive the culture.
Mm-hmm.
And
Harden was driving the culture.
But if, let's say that Caroline Tabrizi is the owner, and she doesn't like the two bottom players or the two top players, and she likes the middle people, there's going to be friction.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the female owner part of it, because the perfect thing that you said is the owners matter.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why the Lakers attract so much talent is Jeannie Buss.
Uh-huh.
So thank you for that.
Uh-huh.
She's great with the players. They love her.
100%.
The whole Bus family's just got history of it too.
Well, they like Jeannie
integrated
more.
with the
They like
NBA.
Jeannie more than they like Dad.
Well, I'm
they
sure
like.
for-
Hey, let's be clear. Magic like Dad. The rest of them not so much.
I watched enough of the HBO series to know that.
There's a Celtics one too. Celtics. I think Celtics. Very watchable, Harrison. If you haven't watched it, four-part.
I haven't seen the
three-part?
Celtics one.
Three-part HBO. Find it. Well, yeah.
We don't advertise that crap. We don't talk about that.
Hater. They're the North Star. They're the North Star, right?
No, they're not.
Is that tied up? Championships or the Lakers leading?
They're the North Star. When it comes to
whatever.
Okay, who do you have to beat? Who does the title go through?
No one likes them.
Who do you
People that like them are
you
annoying.
cannot answer the question, but you will identify the question. Who is
So Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton battle on Friday Night SmackDown.
great promo, great vignette, parking lot vignette, right? Here's the thing. Charlotte is a pro's pro. Tiffany is still learning. And Tiffany, without trying, shows both why she should be considered and why she's not. Like the whole the hidden camera parking lot vignette where she gets attacked and beat up. The veteran knows to act accordingly. Tiffy comes out and is so brand new that she wants to hype up Tiffy time. Well, who are you doing Tiffy time for getting out of your car? Like, what are you doing? And then Charlotte comes, and Charlotte actually went after it. She was much better in the parking lot than she was on SmackDown with the attack and the anger. She was much better in the parking lot than she was in arena. But I think that bout needed both of those things to get to where they need to get
it
to.
was dying. Like I didn't care. That was a go to the bathroom bout.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, is this real?
Yeah,
Are
y'all
they
gonna
actually
fight.
They're going to get rid of the match because she talked about 0-3 in your marriages, and then you talked about her boyfriend that you're not allowed to do. Like, is this a real thing going on?
Hey.
So they did a good job of just bringing a lot of energy back to an uninteresting match.
Yeah, agreed. Special and again, I find myself being more enticed by bad heel Charlotte. Like I need, just like I was that way with Flair. When Flair was at his worst, when he was his worst human being, he might have been the best Flair. The same could be said for Rock. That Rock at his worst was just diabolical. It was like, oh, okay.
Is he showing up? Is he showing up in the next 2 weeks?
I think he has to. This has been about him. This is who this is for. Like, if you make it about Cody and Cena, I'm still not sure we care. It's the added value. It's the same thing about Seth and Rollins, Seth and Reigns, or Seth and Punk, or Reigns and Punk. You needed the third for it to be of value. So that's like having that three-way and only having Seth and CM Punk fight. Well, what'd you do with Roman Reigns? Well, you can't bury.
Are they going to put Paul Heyman in a cage above the ring?
Well, like, this was the thing. I still want to know what is the thing. Like, what is the thing? What's the thing going to be? And I'm curious. So they won.
Mm-hmm.
You got me curious on that. You have to give me the curiosity of if Cena wins, what does Rock get for it? If Cena loses, what does Rock say about it? Like, how this impacts Rock is the story. It's not the 17 championships. Don't care. I don't care. I don't care if Cody wins or loses. I want to know what happens if Cody wins or loses.
I think if Cena loses, Rock comes out and says, I brought the wrong guy. Here's my next guy. and then somehow it's a match with Cody and Roman.
They went a long way. They went a long. If that's what they're doing, they went a long way. You could have just had Rock say, "Roman, I need you to be my champion," and send him against Cody. That would have made. Why include Cena in that? Cena could have gone after Gunther, and it would have been way more appealing and way more interesting. Like we'd have been. Oh.
They fixed that. They fixed that matchup real quick because that was getting boring too.
Oh,
so they made that a lot better.
Oh, that was so good. Listen, the Uso cell.
That was Stephanie, Triple H, Randy Orton vibe.
That was the. I mean, in a week of great sells, the Uso cell, and the first time ever that Gunther had a reaction that I cared about. Like that's the first time that Gunther became like a human. It was like, oh, he reacted the way he should. So again, as we get closer, it's becoming clearer, which is kind of the perfect WrestleMania recipe, is that the closer you get to it, the more clear it becomes that each one has question and answer and a result according. And, you know, I want to see what happens with Randy Orton. I thought it was a good idea, but maybe not as clear as it needs to be. And then some of the board bouts, like I really thought they were going to give Natalya a bump. Because how much longer does she have?
Right.
And there is no women's division without Natalya. Then or now. So at some point there has to be a payoff. And I don't know why you won't give your workhorse the payoff. You gave to Kofi. You gave to Daniel Bryan. Why would you not give it to Natalya?
Us, get your thoughts here, and then I'll let you set up for the next segment too.
So there has to be a lot that happens on Monday Night Raw. And it's really important to set things up. I need to see what John Cena does, number one. Mm-hmm. That story was pretty cool a couple of weeks ago, and it's died down for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it's died down so much, but maybe they started it too early. Maybe they should have had Cena face and then turn heel like 2 weeks ago. I don't know. But something big needs to happen on Monday Night Raw to make me re-interested in the most important match of WrestleMania. So that's number one. Number two, is Rhea Ripley going to be able to fight with her broken nose? Like, what kind of crazy mask is she going to have for WrestleMania with the spot that she had with Io Sky? Kicked her right into the shoulder of Bianca Belair. So hopefully she's not out for WrestleMania, because that would be a major loss.
Yep. All right, we'll talk about that next. And Haas, real quick, just to bring it full circle, who does the road go through in the NBA? What was your answer?
Diabolical. Harrison Orange.
OKC.
Harrison Orange.
OKC.
Look, he hit you with the Cena straight between the legs. He just
the road is through OKC, and don't get that twisted.
Go to break. That's the silliest thing I've ever heard on the ticket.
Hold on. When we come back from break, talk about Manning and Nebraska wrestling.
Yep. No, we can do that. I really just want to say that just to point out that it's certainly not the Lakers at plus 1,400 to win the finals, but we'll throw the break there. Haas to Breezy, DP. This is The Breeze. Don't go anywhere.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
LES wants your feedback. Help shape your electric utilities direction and priorities by taking an anonymous online survey. Make your voice heard before the survey closes on April 30th at les.com/survey.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown's Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular priced athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Brown's carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown's Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln. Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment. The Breeze, Haas to Breezy on the Allo VIP line. DP to my left as always. You guys can join in any last-second comments here. We'll get this one real quick from Don before we get to our subject here. Don says, what do you guys put the over-under for the number of changes for the top belts for men and women's? I'm thinking it's 3 to 5. Haas to Breezy, I'll let you take a stab at that one first.
So all the top belts in WWE?
Yeah.
Well, Jay has to win. That's one. Cena has to win. You can't do all this and not give him 17 unless you just don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
He is Vince McMahon's guy. So, and Ric Flair is Triple H's guy. He still has to win, though. That's 2. On the men's side, do we count the other 2 belts, the IC belt and the United States, as major belts? I assume so, because Don said 3.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's counting those because he said 3 to 5. So,
let's see. Braun Baker's not losing. He shouldn't lose. You gotta give him a 2-year run. And then, what is the U.S. Championship match?
U.S.
It's
is LA Knight versus Fatu.
And Fatu. Yeah, Fatu has to win. So all 4 of those have to change.
Yeah, so as they talk about, so they said night 1, which is, I'm fascinated by the card lineup. That night 1, Reigns, Punk, Heyman, Rollins, Stratton versus Flair, Gunter and Uso, LA Knight versus Fatu, Jade Cargill, Naomi, Mysterio versus Grande Americano, and then the World Tag Team Championship, War Raiders versus New Day. Then in day 2, Cody versus Cena, Io Sky, Belair, Ripley, for the women's title, Breaker versus Balor, Mysterio, Penta, Liv Morgan and Rodriguez versus Bailey and Lyra for the women's title, Damian Priest, McIntyre in the fight of the night, and then AJ Styles versus Logan Paul, just simply because you screwed up the booking and didn't have a choice. Now, for all, right? Like why, bro? Tell me you screwed that up. But in the you're right. Flair has to win the women's title for this thing to matter. Uso has to win. Fatu has to win. New Day has to win. That's 4. Cena has to win. That's 5. Ripley wins. That's 6. I think that you use, if Penta wins, Balor and Dominic battle, or if Dominic wins, then Balor breaks on him. So that has to change.
Ooh, Dom winning, that'd be crazy.
Right. I think Morgan and Rodriguez keep theirs. They may be the only ones that keep their titles. Like I would think that of this thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if you gave it to Bailey. But the young Lyra already has a title.
He can't take it off the female wrestler of the year.
Right. So through all of that, right, that I think you built this so the titles change. And that people you get to re-stir the pot. Mm-hmm. You also set yourself up for the roster swap along the way. But it also opens the door that if Fatu wins, Solo versus Orton kind of pops up, and then Fatu gets to make his run as well. But then the bloodline is kind of all over the place, and nobody really knows what that is. So,
let's get your final thoughts here as we got to wrap things up.
It's louder on me. Talk about Manning and Nebraska and how amazing the last night was, and
yeah,
we talked about it while you were in DC. Like, you knew where to go, so talk about that.
Yeah, it was spectacular to see the family unit that is Nebraska wrestling, and to celebrate on their night, maybe their best season and the best production, and how close, how fantastic it was. They hadn't had a national champion since 2009 to get 2 in 2 consecutive matches, and being a stomach virus away from having a third, because Brock Hardy, if he's not sick the night of the championship, I think he gets it done as well. To talk about the young guns that they have in place and the power they lose to senior starters, and then they lose Lenny Pinto, who transfers to Rutgers. But I think that this group and the group that's behind them is a group of dudes. So to think that Antrell Taylor is a national champion returning, Christopher Minto is a number 4 in the country returning, Brock Hardy is a 2 returning, 8 All-Americans on this single roster of 10. It is an exceptional job to Mark Manning, Terrell Delagnav, Brian Snyder, James Green, and this incredible Husker wrestling organization. What a great season. And then shout out to the ladies of the bowling team. Finished 3rd in the country. Exceptional. The bowl of the year, Jillian Martin, who we hear every week here. But all 4 young ladies who did shows for us, All-Americans. Job well done, Coach Klempa and the women's bowling team.
That's going to do it for the Breeze. Appreciate it. Hasta Breezy. I'm Harrison Arns. That's DP. The WYWCA Hour coming up next.